A month is a unit of time, used with calendars, which is approximately as long as a natural period related to the motion of the moon. Month and moon are cognates. The traditional concept arose with the cycle of moon phases. Such months are synodic months and last approximately 29.53 days. From excavated tally sticks, researchers have deduced that people counted days in relation to the moon's phases as early as the Paleolithic age. Synodic months, based on the moon's orbital period with respect to the Earth-Sun line, are still the basis of many calendars today, and are used to divide the year. Types of months in astronomy. The following types of months are mainly of significance in astronomy, most of them first recognized in Babylonian lunar astronomy. The sidereal month is defined as the moon's orbital period in a non-rotating frame of reference. It is about 27.32166 days. The exact duration of the orbital period cannot be easily determined, because the non-rotating frame of reference cannot be observed directly. However, it is approximately equal to the time it takes the moon to pass twice a fixed star. A synodic month is the most familiar lunar cycle, defined as the time interval between two consecutive occurrences of a particular phase as seen by an observer on Earth. The mean length of the synodic month is 29.53059 days. Due to the eccentricity of the lunar orbit around Earth, the length of a synodic month can vary by up to 7 hours. The tropical month is the average time for the moon to pass twice through the same equinox point of the sky. It is 27.32158 days, very slightly shorter than the sidereal month days, because of precession of the equinoxes. Unlike the sidereal month, it can be measured precisely. An anomalistic month is the average time the moon takes to go from perigee to perigee, the point in the moon's orbit when it is closest to Earth. An anomalistic month is about 27.554555 days on average. The draconic month or nodal month is the period in which the moon returns to the same node of its orbit. The nodes are the 2 points where the moon's orbit crosses the plane of the Earth's orbit. Its duration is about 27.21222 days on average. A synodic month is longer than a sidereal month because the Earth-Moon system is orbiting the Sun in the same direction as the Moon is orbiting the Earth. The Sun moves eastward with respect to the stars, and it takes about 2.2 days longer for the Moon to return to the same apparent position with respect to the Sun. An anomalistic month is longer than a sidereal month because the perigee moves in the same direction as the Moon is orbiting the Earth. 1 revolution in 9 years. Therefore, the Moon takes a little longer to return to perigee than to return to the same star. A draconic month is shorter than a sidereal month because the nodes move in the opposite direction as the Moon is orbiting the Earth. 1 revolution in 18.6 years. Therefore, the Moon returns to the same node slightly earlier than it returns to the same star. Calendrical consequences. For more details on this topic, see lunar calendar and lunisolar calendar. At the simplest level, most well-known lunar calendars are based on the initial approximation that 2 lunations last 59 days. A 30-day full month followed by a 29-day hollow month, but this is only roughly accurate, and eventually needs correction by using larger cycles, or the equivalent of leap days. Additionally, the synodic month does not fit easily into the year, which makes accurate, rule-based lunisolar calendars complicated. The most common solution to this problem is the metonic cycle, which takes advantage of the fact that 235 lunations are approximately 19 tropical years. However, a metonic calendar will drift against the seasons by about 1 day every 200 years. Metonic calendars include the calendar used in the Antikythera mechanism about 2,000 years ago, and the Hebrew calendar. The complexity required in an accurate lunisolar calendar may explain why solar calendars, with months which no longer relate to the phase of the Moon, but are based only on the motion of the Sun relative to the equinoxes and solstices, have generally replaced lunar calendars for civil use in most societies. Months in various calendars. Beginning of the lunar month. The Hellenic calendars, the Hebrew lunisolar calendar and the Islamic lunar calendar started the month with the first appearance of the thin crescent of the new moon. However, the motion of the moon in its orbit is very complicated and its period is not constant. The date and time of this actual observation depends on the exact geographical longitude as well as latitude, atmospheric conditions, the visual acuity of the observers, etc. Therefore, the beginning and lengths of months defined by observation cannot be accurately predicted. While some, like the Jewish Karaites, still rely on actual moon observations, most people use the Gregorian solar calendar, Julian and Gregorian calendars. The Gregorian calendar, like the Julian calendar before it, has 12 months. The mean month length of the Gregorian calendar is 30.436875 days. Months existing in the Roman calendar in the past include the mensis intercalaris, an occasional month after February to realign the calendar; quintilis, renamed to July in honor of Julius Caesar; sextilis, renamed to August in honor of Augustus. The famous mnemonic 30 days hath September is the most common way of teaching the lengths of the months in the English-speaking world. Also, note that any 5 consecutive months contain 153 days. The knuckles of the 4 fingers of one's hand and the spaces between them can be used to remember the lengths of the months. By making a fist, each month will be listed as one proceeds across the hand. All months landing on a knuckle are 31 days long and those landing between them are not. When the knuckle of the index finger is reached, go back to the first knuckle and continue with August. This physical mnemonic has been taught to primary school students for many decades. This cyclical pattern of month lengths matches the musical keyboard alternation of white and black keys. Calends, nona, and ides. The ides occur on the 13th day in 8 of the months, but in March, May, July, and October, they occur on the 15th. The nona always occur 8 days before the ides, i.e., on the 5th or the 7th. The calends are always the first day of the month, and before Julius Caesar's reform fell 16 days after the ides. Hebrew calendar. The Hebrew calendar has 12 or 13 months. Nisan, 30 days. Iyar, 30 days. Sivan, 30 days. Tammuz, 29 days. Av, 30 days. Elul, 29 days. Tishra, 30 days. March Eshvan, 29/30 days. Kislev, 30/29 days. Tevet, 29 days. Shevat, 30 days. Adar 1, 30 days, intercalary month. Adar 2, 29 days. Adar 1 is only added 7 times in 19 years. In ordinary years, Adar 2 is simply called Adar. Islamic calendar. There are also 12 months in the Islamic calendar. They are named as follows: Muharram, Safar, Rabi, Al-Awwal, Rabi I, Rabi Ath-Thani, Rabi _Al-Akhir, Rabi 2, Jumada Al-Awwal, Jumada I, Jumada Ath-Thani or Jumada Al-Thani, Jumada 2, Rajab, Sha'ban, Ramadan, Shawwal, Dhu al-Qa'dah, Dhu al-Hijjah. See Islamic calendar for more information on the Islamic calendar. Arabic calendar. Hindu calendar. The Hindu calendar has various systems of naming the months. The months in the lunar calendar are. These are also the names used in the Indian national calendar for the newly redefined months. The names in the solar calendar are just the names of the zodiac sign in which the sun travels. They are Mesha, Varishabha, Mithuna, Kartika, Simha, Kanya, Tula, Varishchika, Dhanush, Makara, Kumbha, Meena. Baha'i calendar. The Baha'i calendar is the calendar used by the Baha'i faith. It is a solar calendar with regular years of 365 days, and leap years of 366 days. Years are composed of 19 months of 19 days each, plus an extra period of intercalary days. The months are named after the attributes of God. Days of the year begin and end at sundown. Iranian calendars. The Iranian Persian calendar, currently used in Iran and Afghanistan, also has 12 months. The Persian names are included in the parentheses. It begins on the northern spring equinox. Farvardin, Ordai-Behesht, Khordad, Tia, Mordad, Shiriva, Meh, Aban, Azar, Day, Bahman, Esfand. Reformed Bengali calendar. The Bangla calendar, used in Bangladesh, follows solar months and it has 6 seasons. The months and seasons in the calendar are Grishma Bashak 31 days, Jashtho 31 days, Borsha Ashar 31 days, Sraban 31 days, Shorat Bhadro 31 days, Ashin 30 days, Hemant to Kartik 30 days, Ogarahayan 30 days, Shit Poush 30 days, Ma 30 days, Bozan to Falgun 30 days, Kwaitra 30 days. Nanak-Shahi calendar. The months in the Nanak-Shahi calendar are Khmer calendar. Like the Hindu calendar, the Khmer calendar consists of both a lunar calendar and a solar calendar. The Khmer solar calendar is used more commonly than the lunar calendar. There are 12 months and the numbers of days follow the Julian and Gregorian calendar. The Khmer lunar calendar contains 12 months, however, the 8th month is repeated every 2 or 3 years, making 13 months instead of 12, or in the case of a year with a leap month. Thai calendar. Tongan calendar. The Tongan calendar is based on the cycles of the moon around the Earth in 1 year. The months are Liha Muar, Liha Mui, Vi Muar, Vi Mui, Farkarafu Mowi, Farkarafu Mate, Hilinga Kelkla, Hilinga Meaa, Aoao, Fu Fu Anakananga, Uluenga, Tanamonga, Ooamofanongo. Kolomira calendar. Sinhala calendar. The Sinhala calendar is the Buddhist calendar in Sri Lanka with Sinhala names. Each full moon Poya day marks the start of a Buddhist lunar month. The first month is Vesak. The Sinhala and Tamil New Year Day is the start of the Hindu solar calendar, an event unrelated to the Buddhist calendar. Juruthu, Navam, Medan, Bak, Vesak, Poson, Isala, Nikini, Banara, Vap, Il, Unduvup. Germanic calendar. The old Icelandic calendar is not in official use anymore, but some Icelandic holidays and annual feasts are still calculated from it. It has 12 months, broken down into 2 groups of 6, often termed winter months and summer months. The calendar is peculiar in that the months always start on the same weekday rather than on the same date. Hence Thora always starts on a Friday sometime between January 22nd and January 28th. Gur always starts on a Sunday between February 21st and February 27th. Scamdigi, Gormanador, Ylir, Morshagur, Thora, Goa, Einmanador, Netlizi, Harper, Skepler, Solmanador, Hayana, Tijmen, Housemanador. Old Georgian calendar. * Note: New Year in ancient Georgia started from September. Old Swedish calendar. Torsmanad, Gogemanad, Varmanad, Grasmanad, Blomstermanad, Summarmanad, Homanad, Skordemanad, Rotmanad, Hostmanad, Slaktmanad, Vintermanad, Julmanad. Old English calendar. Like the Old Norse calendar, the Anglo-Saxons had their own calendar before they were Christianized, which reflected native traditions and deities. These months were attested by Bede in his work on chronology written in the 8th century. His months are probably those as written in the Northumbrian dialect of Old English which he was familiar with. The months were so named after the moon, the new moon marking the end of an old month and start of a new month, the full moon occurring in the middle of the month, after which the month was named. Efteragiola Moneth, Sol Moneth, Reth Moneth, Oster Moneth, Rimalche Moneth, Aera Lither, Ereftera Lither, Weod Moneth, Halig Moneth or Harefest Moneth, Winter Philith, Blot Monoth, Aeragola Monoth. Old Hungarian calendar Nagy's Zombata calendrium from 1579. Historically, Hungary used a 12-month calendar that appears to have been zodiacal in nature but eventually came to correspond to the Gregorian months, as shown below. Boldog-Aszony Hava, Bojtalo Hava, Bojmas Hava, Szent György Hava, Punkost Hava, Szent Ivan Hava, Szent Jakob Hava, Kisaszony Hava, Szent Miley Hava, Mind Szent Hava, Szent András Hava, Karakszony Hava. Old Egyptian calendar. The ancient civil Egyptian calendar had a year that was 365 days long and was divided into 12 months of 30 days each, plus 5 extra days at the end of the year. The months were divided into 3 weeks of 10 days each. Because the ancient Egyptian year was almost a quarter of a day shorter than the solar year and stellar events wandered through the calendar, it is referred to as Annus Vagus or wandering year. Thout, Palpi, Hathor, Koyik, Tuba, Emshir, Parimhat, Parimoda, Passions, Pauna, Epiph, Mezara. NISGAA calendar. The NISGAA calendar coincides with the Gregorian calendar, with each month referring to the type of harvesting that is done during the month. Kali equals going north, referring to the sun returning to its usual place in the sky. Buxflax equals needles blowing about. February is usually a very windy month in the Nass River Valley. XSAAK equals to eat lunations. Lunations are harvested during this month. MMAAL equals canoes. The river has defrosted, hence canoes are used once more. Yanzaralt equals leaves are blooming. Warm weather has arrived and leaves on the trees begin to bloom. Miso equals sockeye. Majority of sockeye salmon runs begin this month. MAAAY equals berries. Berry picking season. Weehoon equals great salmon, referring to the abundance of salmon that are now running. Genualwick equals trail of the marmot. Marmots, ermines and animals as such are hunted. XLAXW equals to eat trout. Trout are mostly eaten this time of year. Gwilat equals to blanket. The earth is blanketed with snow. Luatari equals sit in. The sun sits in one spot for a period of time. French Republican calendar. This calendar was proposed during the French Revolution, and used by the French government for about 12 years from late 1793. There were 12 months of 30 days each, grouped into 3 10-day weeks called decades. The 5 or 6 extra days needed to approximate the tropical year were placed after the months at the end of each year. A period of 4 years ending on a leap day was to be called the Franchada. It began at the autumn equinox. Autumn, Vendémiaire, Brumaire, Frimaire, winter, Nivose, Pluviosa, Bentos, spring, Germinal, Floreal, Prairial, summer, Messidor, Thermidor, Fructidor,